You literally cannot wait to be better at the Pokemon trading card game. You literally cannot wait to get better at the Pokemon trading card game. You are at the perfect time right now to up your game and to be the best that you can be. You can't wait on this stuff. And here's why. There are 4 main reasons why now is the perfect time to be better at the Pokemon trading card game. You know, we talk a lot about like, oh, get good, but what does that actually mean? And why is now the time to do so? I mean, this has never been an easier point of entry into the Pokemon trading card game than right now. Like, you're seeing it. There are so many different ways to play the game right now, and there's so many different ways to get better at the game right now that you need to pay attention to, and you need to ask yourself, am I doing these things to make myself a better player? But why is it so easy to get into the game right now? Why is now the time that you need to start thinking very hard about your sequencing, thinking very hard about your prizes and your deck construction and your in-game play and your metagaming? Why is it now? Well, there are 4 reasons that I look to. The first reason is that we have the smallest card pool that we're going to have. So we're post-rotation, and we've just X'd out from the standard format all of these old sets that, you know, Pokemon doesn't, you know, want in the game, right? They're getting rid of the old stuff and making way for the new stuff. And so this is the smallest that the format is ever going to be. This is the least amount of cards that we are ever going to have for, you know, the next year or so. So take advantage of that. Take advantage of there only being, you know, a handful of archetypes at the top, and really learn and study those archetypes. Figure out what makes them great, and figure out how to replicate the success that other players have had with those archetypes. The second reason that now is the best time to get great at the game is simply card availability. You have, this goes along with the first point, right? It's the smallest card pool, so you should have all of these cards. And Pokemon is printing a lot of product to help you get these cards. So, you know, if you don't have it, it's not a huge deal, right? If you love a certain archetype and you don't really want to go out of your way to get the cards that would make a new archetype or something like that, that's fine. I'm not hating on you for that. But if you are truly trying to get good at this game, or trying to go from good to great, you should have every card possible to play all these things. For most of us, the online game is where you just gotta have everything, because they are printing. Pokemon is printing all of this stuff for you, the player that wants to get good at the game, that is like just starting out, or maybe only has played, you know, meme or rogue or you know, tier 4 decks or something like that. They want you in the competitive scene. That's why Pokemon is printing. That's why they printed the trainer toolkit. That's why they printed the Pikachu and Zekrom battle kit. That's why they're printing the ADP kit and so many other products that they're pushing out to make it more viable to be a competitive player. So with that in mind, you need to take advantage of that. You need to see, oh yeah, Pokemon is trying to help me be the best that I can be at this game and have the access to the cards that I need to be good at the game. The third reason why it's the best time to get very good at this game is that we have the shortest games that we have ever had, literally ever had. I've been playing this game for 10 years. We have never had shorter games than we've had right now. I mean, you could argue maybe when I was first starting that when you had, Tyrogue that could hit for 30 on the first turn, there were a little bit more donks happening than there are now. But right now, you're seeing it with the GX tag team Pokemon giving up 3 prizes every time they're knocked out, with the VMAX Pokemon giving 3 prizes when they get knocked out. The game has never been faster. You're seeing, the game can be over in 3 turns with ADP. Boom, GX attack, knockout. That's it. The games are so short. You should be running these games so quickly. On the ladder, you can probably do double the amount of games in this format that you could do 2 formats ago, 3 formats ago, 4 years ago, 5 years ago. It takes so much less time. I cannot overstate this enough. It takes so much less time to play a game of Pokemon right now. And that is good for, a couple of reasons. The first reason is that you can just run a bunch of games, right? You just literally can just play a bunch of games. Like that's very nice if you're a new player, if you're somebody that's working on their technique. The other thing is that your mistakes are amplified, right? Because if if the game only lasts 4 turns and you make a mistake in turn 3, then you're going to know that very quickly. It's going to become very apparent that you made that mistake in turn 3 when the game ends on turn 4. So be aware that because the game is short right now, because games don't last that long, you can actually use that to your advantage to make sure that your sequencing and your in-game play is all like perfectly on point, that you know exactly what to do in every single situation, and that you're not kind of scrambling or trying to figure it out with an archetype when you go into a tournament. Speaking of tournaments, the fourth reason that it is the best time to get good at the game is that there is an online tournament every single day of the week. You cannot go a week without seeing somebody post, about their tournament performance, how they did in XYZ tournament. There's one every single day. There are a lot of great organizers. There are a lot of great tournaments to play in. There's a lot of opportunity to prove yourself against some of the players that you want to be like, against some of the world's best in all of these online tournaments. So take advantage of that. If you're a player that's, either new or, again, wanting to step up your game, really take a deep dive into how you can best utilize these online tournaments. Small plug here. Full Grip is starting their own online series. We will be streaming it on my Twitch channel. It is a $5 entry with cash prizing going out to the top 8. So if that is something that you are looking forward to, we are going to be opening up registration very, very soon. And we play on, our first tournament is going to be on September 15th. Back to the video. Take advantage of these online tournaments. You can run one every single day, and that will be a great proving ground for you to figure out, what you're doing wrong. Because sometimes when you're facing players on the ladder, you don't really get a feel for how your deck performs. And it can be a challenge because the opponent is maybe not of the same skill level, or maybe, does an extremely egregious misplay, or maybe they are also trying a different strategy that maybe isn't optimal. Go into these tournaments with the mindset that you're going to, play your best. You're going to play everything as perfectly as you can. You're going to figure out your prizes every game. You're going to do what you can to sequence everything exactly right and use them as the practice that you need. Write down your results, grow, learn from the games that you lost, learn from the games that you won, figure out matchups, and figure out how you can best improve your deck for the next day's performance. Just to reiterate, guys, this, again, is the best time to get good at the game. If you've ever been trying to figure out what makes the top players great, now is like the breeding ground for these good players to become great. Now is the time for you to up your game, step it up, move on to that higher level. You've always admired these people, these players that have done great things, that have won regionals, that have placed at worlds, that have, won a bunch of online tournaments even. You can be there. And now is the time to do it. So, smallest card pool. You don't have to worry about all these cards. Expanded can get overwhelming. Standard is just this nice, perfect little box. You don't have to worry about too much. So small card pool, the card availability is insane right now. Never before in Pokemon's history have we seen so many competitive archetypes be printed in the ways that they're being printed right now. So take advantage of that. Shorter games. When you end, half the game by knocking out one Pokemon, those games are going to end very quickly. And so, again, another point to take advantage of, you can run games all day and you can see exactly where your misplays happen. They're going to be amplified because of these short games. And the online tournament scene is exploding right now. It is an absolute godsend, really, that there are so many organizers willing to run these tournaments for you. So take full advantage of that. If you're wondering where to turn to up your game, you can continue to watch this channel. We have videos coming out all the time about how to get better, or gameplay videos to show you how to play certain archetypes with a lot of in-depth strategy analysis during the games over why I went over different plays. So make sure, if you're not already, subscribe to this channel. You can also watch me live every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday over at twitch.tv/FlexDaddyRighteous, where I do a lot of streaming of the Pokemon trading card game. I love this game, and I love helping new players succeed. Let me know down in the comments below if you thought this video was helpful, if you thought that this video got you excited to keep learning the trading card game, because I love to help you out. I love to bring you content that you would enjoy, that makes you a better player, and that's what this channel is all about. So until the next video, remember, good luck and also have fun.